On my YouTube community tab, I posed a poll. I put up a poll to start a conversation about, do you feel like product reviews in 2023, 2024 are 100% trustworthy? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. We are doing another unfiltered opinions video. And if you guys are new to my channel, hi, my name is Stacy. I feature unfiltered opinions, makeup opinions, honest reviews, and tutorials. So if you like content like that, definitely consider subscribing, hitting the like button. Leave me a comment down below so that it pushes this video through the algorithm and more people can join in on this conversation we're having today. But this video is specifically about beauty reviews. This is about product reviews. And I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys today about how product reviews have evolved and also questioning whether or not they are trustworthy. So in true unfiltered fashion, I'm going to be doing my makeup while we have this conversation, while we dive into this topic. So I will leave anything that I'm putting on my face in the description box down below. Please don't come for me if I forget something though, because like that typically happens. Like sometimes I forget. Let's get into this video about how product reviews have evolved and are they trustworthy in 2023? Are they trustworthy? On my YouTube community tab, I posed a poll. I put up a poll to start a conversation about, do you feel like product reviews in 2023, 2024 are 100% trustworthy? And actually, this conversation was actually sparked by a Reddit feed, and they were talking about how they don't feel like beauty reviews in general are very trustworthy anymore. They feel like they're completely skewed. It was like a whole conversation on Reddit, but it really like evoked a like conversation topic for me. And then I wanted to take it one step further because there was actually a creator. I was writing the script for this video and she came out with a video all about how reviews on Sephora and other places may not be as trustworthy as what we think, and it was a video by Kelly Gooch, so definitely go check out her video. She has some really valuable insight and some research that she put into her video as well, just about like AI and how it plays a role in beauty reviews these days, and we're going to touch on that, but not yet. So I am reading off of my notes here. That's why I keep looking over, just so you guys know, like I am reading off of my notes as we are going over this because there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to cover today. So the entire conversation was sparked originally by a Reddit feed, and they were saying that reviews are not 100% trustworthy because they are either sponsored content or it's content that creator was like sent PR. And many were wondering if you can give an unbiased opinion if you are receiving free goodies or are getting paid by the brand to make a video. So let's take a look at product reviews in general and basically how it kind of all started, because it didn't start in the beauty space. I mean, like it did not start in the beauty space. If anything, it started a very, very long time ago. If many of you do not know, I am actually a trained journalist. I'm an award-winning journalist, like nationally award-winning journalist. And I was in charge of the entertainment section of the newspaper. I was actually editor of a couple of different sections of a portion of the newspaper pretty much had just dedicated reviews like in the entertainment section. And the reason why I bring this up is because those reviews were not sponsored, were not funded by whatever we were reviewing. So these reviews would be about restaurants, they would be about books, they would be about a movie that recently came out, or a CD that was yes, CDs. Guys, I'm aging myself here. But a CD that had recently been released. And that's what these reviews were about. I am not unfamiliar with reviewing things in the slightest. Like, this is something I used to do when I was in college quite a bit. And I'm not unfamiliar with how the review process works. So even today, in the entertainment industry, we still have critics who are acclaimed for their unfiltered opinions on a TV show or a Broadway show or Netflix now, for a Netflix show or for a recent release of a movie. Like, there are critics out there who are acclaimed for their critical breakdown of a brand new TV show, a brand new movie, a Broadway show, and not like we've seen reviews in the journalism space for so long, and that's what these are. Now, when it comes to product reviews, they are also something that have been around for a very long time. I really wanted to bring up more of like the 1950s, 1960s area. It was actually not uncommon for them to have an entire section of writers who were assigned to review product. And we're talking about like a toaster or a new appliance or that sort of thing. So product reviews. And they were writing about that. Newspapers would actually have budgets for purchasing new product like this to review. A good example of this would be for my college newspaper. We actually had a budget to be able to pay back the people who went to go eat at a restaurant that was being reviewed, or to reimburse those people who went to go see a movie that was being reviewed, or reimburse them for reading a book that was being reviewed. So we actually had a budget at that time to be able to reimburse our writers about what they were doing, what they were reviewing. And college newspapers are obviously different than like, a Gannett newspaper, but it just goes to show that a lot of newspapers, they may have this model or something similar. So that's also not to say that, newspapers can receive product, but I did want to make note that in the 1950s and 60s, and even today, it wasn't uncommon for newspapers and other publications to receive free product for review. So they have received free product from before. So let's get back to the 1950s and 60s, because it was during that time, yes, they could receive free product to review, but it was also important to note that ethically and ethical standards in these publications, they had policies against actually accepting free product. So during that time, and I can't attest to today, but definitely back in the 50s and 60s, when it was like the golden era of this, like of journalism and reporting, basically a lot of publications had ethical standards about receiving free product in exchange for a review. Now, there was a difference between, like, obviously they would take out advertisements, the company would take out advertisements in the newspaper to promote their product, but journalists had ethical standards where they wouldn't accept free product in exchange for a review or an ad of some kind. It was just unethical. Newspapers were the main source of news, entertainment, social calendars, reviews. So newspapers, they were the main source of all of these things, like TV reviews. They were the source of entertainment reviews, social calendars. So a lot of people would actually post what was going on in their community so that they could see what was going on. TVs were not readily accessible. Like, you could not just, turn on the TV and they'd be streaming like what was going on in the community. Or, I mean, they didn't have Facebook that was like, creating events and stuff. So a lot of social calendars were posted in the newspaper. So a lot of people were purchasing the newspaper at the time. And along with that, they were looking to the newspaper for reviews, because it was hard to find somebody who had tried the product that you were looking to purchase and who had honest thoughts and opinions about it, because there just wasn't that social aspect like what we see today. So what I'm trying to say is that journalism at that time, products were not given freely. You weren't paid for the review like what you see on YouTube today, and everything was unbiased opinions, unbiased content in the newspaper, which is what this channel is about, which maybe it's ringing a bell now as to why a lot of my opinions are 100% unfiltered about reviews that I do on my channel, because you guys deserve to know the truth about a product, if it's good or if it's bad, no matter if I received it in PR or not. I wanted to point out, so shopapproved.com, they wrote, before the glorious invention of the internet, if we wanted to know about the quality or reputation of a business or a product, we had to ask around in person, hoping to find someone we knew and trusted that had knowledge or experience with the company or the product. This type of research could take days, months, weeks, years, and often turned out to be completely fruitless, or they would also turn, if they didn't know somebody who had tried it, they would turn to a newspaper, and because that was a product that wasn't sponsored, they could trust it. The internet, though, broke the review boom. And not just in the United States where I'm located, it was across the globe. Like the internet just broke reviews in general, I feel like. And it had so many impacts on everything, but the internet broke reviews. The internet was free. I wrote in here, sites like YouTube, for example, became a prevalent place for people to post their unsponsored, honest reviews of a product. I can think back to a time in the early 2010s when YouTube was like brand new, fresh out of the gate, and many commoners, I call them commoners because they weren't influencers, they just took to the platform for like a random review. And it wasn't something that they did for a living. They literally just took to YouTube to do a review. And 9 times out of 10, they would tell you the full and complete true story about something that happened with a product, with a business, anything like that, because YouTube was a free space at the time. So they didn't have to pay to take out, an ad or write an editorial to a newspaper in hopes that maybe the newspaper would publish it. YouTube was free. It wasn't censored. And 9 times out of 10, it was just so that people could know, like, this is garbage or this is really, really good. And it wasn't to benefit them in any way, because at that time, you weren't paid on YouTube. Like, you couldn't get paid for your reviews on YouTube. Typically, when someone took to the internet, when they took to YouTube about reviewing a product or a business or anything like that, it was usually because they had a really bad experience. Anybody else remember that? Well, let's talk about how YouTube has affected the reviews, like reviews in general, not just with makeup and beauty. Like, I focus on makeup and beauty, but let's talk about how it has affected more than just that, because it definitely has. It has affected a broad plethora of industries, like the entertainment industry and like the product, like the appliance industry, for example, the entertainment industry, the automotive industry. It's affected everything because it's a free platform where people can go and post their reviews. I wrote, thus boomed the YouTube industry and the influencer industry on the market in the form of online reviews of product. And again, like I said, this could be any type of product. And YouTube became that platform. If you haven't seen my video on what's going on in the beauty space, just to like make a side note and how it has changed, I highly suggest you go check it out after you watch this video. It is all about the beauty industry and how the beauty industry has changed. And it also mentions the rise of makeup reviews in the YouTube space, because actually, as a side note, the beauty space didn't start in makeup reviews. It actually started more in tutorials. Tutorials were the big thing, and then we went into reviews more in the 2016, 2017 space, and that's when we really saw a rise in the beauty space as well. Again, go check out that video I have about like the changes in the makeup space, because it's a really good video, and it's all a part of the Unfiltered series. So like, I mean, you get more of me, subscribe. I feel like the rise of the paid influencer really started back in like 2016, 2015, and it was also during this time that we saw a large rise in beauty reviews and beauty influencers who were starting to receive PR. Jen Love actually just did a video on creator trips and like brand sponsored trips, and how like one of the very first ones that we ever had light of was one from Tarte when they launched Shape Tape back in 2015, 2016 in there. And it was a completely brand funded trip. That's a good prime example of like how all of a sudden the beauty space started receiving PR, receiving free things. It was more to bring, and PR is still more to bring brand exposure. The 100% full intent was brand awareness. But it was also during this time that we saw an increase in sponsored videos. So lately I just saw one of a full face of e.l.f. makeup. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, that the brand is sponsoring the video, but the poll that I mentioned in the beginning of this video, let's go over those results. All right, here's what you guys said. 6% of you said you only think written reviews on a product page are trustworthy. 47% of you said only reviews from small creators are trustworthy. I found that very interesting. 41% of you said nothing is trustworthy, and reviews are skewed these days because of AI and PR, which we will get into AI in a minute. And then 6% of you said you don't even read or watch reviews anymore. And I'm taking that to assume like reading reviews on product pages or like on blogs now, or even watching reviews like in the YouTube space. So I had 6% of you who said that you don't even read or watch reviews anymore. So let's talk about AI for a minute. This is something that Kelly Gooch touched on, but also something that I wanted to touch on and give you guys my unfiltered thoughts on this, because there is a huge issue with AI playing a role in product reviews today, and we will get into it. Okay, according to Business Insider India, they wrote, Business of Fashion reports that AI-generated reviews for beauty products are making it harder for shoppers to determine whether a review comes from a real person. They also wrote that AI tools make it easier for those writing a review to use AI-generated content, like easy to fill in the blank text. Like, you know how when you're texting somebody and like your iPhone or Android starts like generating possible words that you could be using, that's AI generators on certain types of retail platforms have that now, where you can actually like select the wording, and it leads people to believe or wonder, it leads people to wonder if the review is still genuine or not, because some of it's AI generated. It's not a bot necessarily writing the whole review, but it's definitely like AI generated. They also wrote, for example, a company called Bizarre Voice has an AI tool called Content Coach. Content Coach helps consumers write beauty product reviews. We have AI that's in the mix now. Not only do we have PR and sponsored content, but now we have AI that's in the mix as well, and it's leaving reviews on product pages, like on retailer websites like Sephora, Ulta, that sort of thing. So now we have that in the mix as well with product reviews. And even before AI, online reviews have faced huge challenges. Amazon is actually known for having bots on their website writing random reviews. Just to put that in there. Additionally, certain beauty brands such as Sunday Riley Skincare have faced FTC scrutiny for orchestrating their employees to leave reviews on product. So Sunday Riley, this was a whole other thing. Kelly Gooch goes into it more, but from my understanding, Sunday Riley had their employees go on to a retail site. I believe it was Sephora, but don't quote me on that. In any case, it was a retailer's site where their product is sold. They taught their employees how to create their own VPN so that they weren't tracked, and they would create fake accounts under different names, under different VPNs, so that they couldn't get caught. And they would have their employees write reviews about their product. These were not paid reviews, but obviously they were fake. So they were fake reviews. And there was a lot of scrutiny about that. And if I remember correctly, they didn't even really get fined by the FTC, even though they were like investigated for it. According to FakeSpot, a firm that specializes in identifying fake reviews, approximately 31% of reviews on major retailers' websites like Walmart, eBay, Best Buy, Amazon, they were flagged as suspicious in 2021. So a lot of those reviews, 31%, were flagged as suspicious. That's a lot of flagging for suspicious reviews. To go even one step further, we have applications like Influencer. Influencer is a platform where you can sign up to possibly receive free product. Basically, you fill out surveys, you rate the product, that sort of thing. That's what Influencer is. And then they can possibly send you a PR box. You'll sometimes see a review on a product before the launch of it. And this is due to like Influencer and other places that send out free product in exchange for a 5-star review. It's kind of like them saying, hey, we will send you the product for free if you just give us a 5-star review on whatever respective retailer, and then you like screenshot it, you send it to them, they give you the product for free, that sort of thing. Huge example of this that I really have to point out, because this was a new makeup launch. I was actually curious to try this one because I love testing out new foundations. Urban Decay has a new like skin serum-y foundation, and it literally just launched this week. I wanted to go buy it on Ulta, and it's actually not on Ulta right now, but when I went to go purchase it on Sephora, it already had like hundreds of reviews the day that it was launched. The day it was launched, that it was available for consumers to purchase. That is very untrustworthy, if you ask me. There were reviews specifically on the Sephora website. I haven't seen it on the Ulta website, but on the Sephora website, the day it launched, I saw reviews. And here's me sitting here thinking like, How can there be a review on a newly launched product when people haven't even had the chance to test it out? How could there be a review on it? And here's how. You can actually go into Sephora now, and they have different tabs in the review section of a product, and basically they have verified purchases. They also have non-sponsored or non-incentivized reviews, and you can see like the list dwindles down from like hardly like thousands of reviews to like hundreds, and those incentivized reviews, they ask you to leave a 5-star review so you can get the product for free. It is not an unbiased review, it's an incentivized review. What can we trust when we read or watch a review these days? Things are either sponsored or they're given in PR, or they're like incentivized with it and they're giving the free product that way. Now, like I said, PR is sent out for brand awareness. PR is sent out solely for the fact that maybe an influencer will feature it on their channel and they will give a good review. But with that being said, there actually have been creators that I watch on this platform who have said they were removed from PR lists because they gave a bad review of a brand's launch. They were removed from a PR list because they didn't like the product at all. And each person is entitled to their own opinion. That is definitely true. Like, each person is entitled to their own opinion. There's products that work for one person that don't work for the next person. Like, your skin is different from somebody else. Your skin is different from other people. There have been influencers who have come on the platform saying, like, I'm pretty sure I was removed from their PR because I gave a bad review of XYZ product. And when I saw that 47% of you agreed that you can only trust reviews from macro, so small creators, that's solely because 9 times out of 10, that macro influencer is not receiving PR. There is no scared to post something bad about it. It's their channels are 100% funded by themselves, and they are the ones who are buying the product. So, like, if they give a bad review of a product, they don't need to worry about the backlash of a brand seeing it and removing them from a PR list. Now, that's not to say that there are creators out there who are afraid to post their honest reviews. I still truly believe that there are quite a bit of creators out there who are able to give an honest review of things. You guys are finding that you trust a small creator more than a larger creator. And it's for various reasons, like what we pointed out. And I wanted to come to this point because I truly believe that there are still creators on the platform that you can trust. Once upon a time, Morphe is a huge example of this, where creators were not openly acknowledging sponsored content. And this happens a lot on TikTok, by the way, that creators were not openly acknowledging a sponsored post, a sponsored content, or they are legitly hiding the fact that it is sponsored. You'll see people who do hashtag sponsored like in the bottom of their video, and it's kind of like floating around, but it's really hard to see because the description of the video on TikTok is hiding that. There's been a lot of creators who have received a lot of backlash for hiding sponsorships, and it makes viewers wonder if the review is actually because it's sponsored and it's legit and honest, or it's just fake so that they can get a paycheck. I feel like that's why y'all answered that, small creators are more trustworthy, because 9 times out of 10, they're not receiving PR, they're not receiving sponsorship. With that being said, I do feel like there are content creators who are 100% honest about what they do, how they do it, what they review. And you will even see them because they go through like new makeup releases every week. And this is content that they aren't given PR for this. It's just based solely off the picture. And you see creators who are like, no, like that is not going to work for me. And you see creators who do purchase or passes or will I buy it, and they give you their honest thoughts and opinions about a product that they haven't received, that they may or may not be on the brand list for that PR, but they are looking and just going off of a picture, and they give you their honest thoughts about that product. And I feel like this helps bring about the validity of them being more unbiased. It brings about the validity of them having an unfiltered, honest opinion and review, because they're just talking about every single brand in general that comes to light on that post. and they're giving their honest thoughts about it. So there are content creators out there, and it's really, really sad because they've actually given other larger content creators a really bad name just for the simple fact that they hide their sponsorships. It has made those creators that much more transparent and accountable for when they do have a sponsorship. And you'll notice that, like, right at the beginning of a lot of their videos, and these are the ones that you can trust, you will see this video is sponsored by. You will see it in their videos. You will see them literally just call out, like, this video is sponsored by, and then they say who it is, and it's not hidden anywhere in the description box. It's not hidden like on the video, like hashtag sponsored, like nothing like that. And that is one thing that you can make of note. You are 100% transparent about when they have a sponsorship. Those are the ones that you can trust. Large, small, medium, it does not matter. When they start their reviews, their honest, unfiltered opinions can be trusted because they are disclosing when something is sponsored or not. I feel like this poll really brought to life the fact that reviews in general, you guys don't feel that they are 100% trustworthy and honest, whether they're coming from a creator, whether they're coming from a written review, whether they are coming from a review posted on Sephora or Ulta, because we have all of these factors that are coming into play. We have AI, we have sponsored content, we have incentivized reviews now. And so how can we know if it's a review or not? And honestly, I can't give you the answer other than the fact that, like, people who are transparent are trustworthy. Creators who are transparent are trustworthy. If somebody is going to be transparent about their video being sponsored, you can believe that they are going to be transparent about, reviewing products, because I understand the FTC does require people to say, like, oh, this product was received in PR, this video is sponsored by such and such. But again, like I said, they aren't hiding it. They make it known in their videos, and they are completely transparent about it. They let you know from the beginning, this video is sponsored by, instead of hiding it in the description box of a video. And those are the people that you can trust. Reviews can be legit, but you have to know where to look. You have to know what to look for. Specifically with reviews that are on Sephora, looking at non-incentivized reviews. And also when you're looking for a creator, knowing, like, a creator that's transparent about sponsorships, that's transparent about when they receive something in PR. Creators that are transparent can be trustworthy. At least in my humble opinion, I think so. Reviews on product can be legit, honest reviews if you know where to look. We are in an age where reviews are very skewed, where people are being incentivized to leave reviews, and knowing where to look, what to look for, is going to help you filter through all of that content and find the actual legit, like, review of somebody who tried the product, did or did not like it, and they leave an honest review of it. That's why on this channel, I always say unfiltered opinions and honest reviews, because it is 100% true. Unfiltered opinions, honest reviews, you will always get from me, no matter what the content is. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel for more unfiltered content, for some makeup content, and I hope I get to see you guys again. Bye!